Now that we have our stairs in place, the next rooms that may need some adjustment are the bathrooms. Typically, when I'm doing house plans, after I get my stairs where I want them, then I start looking closer at my bathrooms because that could make some adjustments in my plan. If we look back at the assignment, it says to read the bathroom layouts exercise 12-1 on pages 12-1 to 12-6 bathroom layouts. All bathrooms are to be fully laid out with the appropriate fixtures, including but not limited to sinks. The sinks need to be 15 inches from the wall. That is from the center of the sink to the wall or the center of the sink and another object. The toilets also need to be 15 inches from the wall. That is the center of the toilet to the wall, center of the toilet to a cabinet, etc. Cabinets need to be added. Remember that you have to add countertops and sinks to the cabinets that are in there. If you have, say, a bathroom, I prefer not to see a vanity cabinet less than 3 feet long, especially if it's for use to store cosmetics, bathroom accessories, etc. You need at least that much room. The master bedroom is supposed to have a jetted tub. You will have a shower in the master bedroom. You may have a shower or a tub shower combination in one of your other rooms. Anywhere you have a sink, you need to have a mirror. Anywhere you have a toilet, you need to have a toilet paper dispenser. Anywhere you have a sink, a bathtub, a shower, etc., you need towel bars. You may end up with multiple towel bars in one bathroom. The last thing you want to do is to get out of the shower and have to take 2 or 3 steps across the bathroom to get a towel. Those all need to be very accessible. So now let's go to Revit. On my particular plan, I have a powder room here. What I'm thinking is I'm going to have a toilet and I'm just going to have a small sink. The first thing that I need to do is go to my components, place a component, and I could look through here to see what's already in here because there are some things that are already in here. To help you, I'm going to go to Load Family and I'm going to go to Plumbing and I'm going to go to Architectural. And I'm going to go to Fixtures and I'm going to go to Water Closets. Toilets are called water closets. Couple things I need to be aware of. One is I want to make sure that I pick one that says 3D. If I do 2D in my plan, it's going to look fine, but when I go to look at it in 3 dimensions, there's not going to be anything there. So that's the first thing. So I have 2 choices. I have a toilet commercial wall 3D and I have a toilet domestic 3D. We are going to go with the toilet domestic. The toilet commercial is like what we have in our bathrooms at school. They're the kind that do not sit on the floor or have a tank. So I'm going to pick that. And it's always going to ask me to overwrite, and I'm going to say okay. And it came up with a mantle. But I should be able to come over here, and I believe they are listed under toilets. And there's my toilet. Now, to get it to turn the way I want it, if I just hit the space bar, it's going to turn. Again, I want this tied against the wall. The other thing is, according to the rules here, the toilet has to be a minimum of 15 inches from the wall. If I click on this toilet and I drag this dimension down here and I click on the blue node, I can see I'm at 12.25. So I want this to be 15 inches. So I'm going to click like that. So now I know my toilet is against the wall and it's 15 inches here. Now if I look with my plan, and again, this is where you may have to make some modifications. The way you think things work may not actually work. So if I measure from here to here, I have about 2 feet 8. I can probably get a small vanity in there, or I could just do some type of a pedestal sink. Let's see what Revit has to offer. So if I go to component, I do place a component, and I go to load family, and I back up here and I go to sinks, you'll see that I have some different types of sinks. That's not really what I'm looking for at this point. So what I actually have to do is I have to back up, and I first need to go to Casework. Then I have different types of cabinets I can put in. Keep in mind, when you put cabinets in Revit, it is only the cabinet itself. If it needs a countertop, you have to place that separately, and then the sink gets placed separately from that. So I'm going to go with a base cabinet. Since I'm doing bathrooms, I want to use Vanity ones. These are going to be 36 inches high. These are going to be 32 inches high. If I click on one of these, I can see what they look like. That's not going to work. That's way too big. And even with that, for as small a cabinet as I need, that's not going to work either. I either want one that has a door and a drawer, or one with just a door. In this case, a drawer is not going to work because it would hit the plumbing. So I'm going to go with just a single door, and I'm going to say open. Where my cursor is the back side of the cabinet. I'm going to rotate that. And again, I want this cabinet to fit tightly, and you'll notice over on the left it says it's a 24-inch cabinet. I can change to different sizes. Once I place this one, I'll have other sizes, but for what I'm doing here, 24 inches is probably about all I have room for. Now that I've placed that, you'll see it just shows like a dashed line. That's because we're going to have a countertop over the top of this, and you're not going to be able to see this. It's going to be hidden. So I'm going to go back to component, and now I'm going to go to load family, and I'm going to back up again, and this time I'm going to go with countertops. Again, I want a vanity countertop because it's going to come in at the correct height to match the cabinet. If I use these other ones, it's going to be too tall. I'm going to put a round sink in my cabinet, and I'm going to say open, and again overwrite. Again, it did not change over here. So I can come over and I can pick my vanity countertop with a round sink hole, and again I hit my space bar to place it, and I pretty much want to put the sink right in the middle, and I want it to be aligned along the back. Now, as you can see, this cabinet top is too big. I need to stretch it, and I'm going to align it with the edge of my counter. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now, if we go and look at this, and I'm going to kind of just slide this room tag over a little bit, and I'm going to use my camera view. I'm standing in this location and I'm looking back this direction. Then I can take these little blue nodes and I can stretch it down. So you can see I have a cabinet and I have the countertop that has the backsplash on it, but I'm still missing my sink. If I go back, now I can go back to component, and I can go to load family, and now I will go back to the plumbing and architectural fixtures and sinks. And again, now I can pick a round vanity sink. So if I do that and do open, overwrite the existing version, and I'll have to come over here and find it. I believe it's under sink, vanity round. And again, I need to rotate it by hitting the space bar, and it may not fit the hole exactly, and that's okay, but I just want to get it to where it covers up the hole. If I go back and I look at my 3D view with my camera, now I have the cabinet and the sink. So you need to do that for all of your bathrooms. Once you have completed placing toilets, sinks, vanities, etc., then you need to place the other accessories that need to go in your bathroom. Again, don't forget a bathtub. You may need to research to see what size they are. Again, Revit's going to bring it in probably at the correct size. A jetted tub. That is like your jacuzzi or a whirlpool, so you need to see what kind of sizes those come in. Showers. There are some showers in Revit. Make sure you get a completed shower or that you build walls around it. Sometimes you select a shower and it's only the pan of the shower. Mirrors. Mirrors are kind of tricky to find in Revit. This might be an item you might want to go to Revit City or one of the other sites to find. Again, once you place each of these components, it's very important to do a 3D view. I always, after I place things, I always do a 3D view to make sure that they are placed at the correct height. In most cases, they come in at the correct height, but once in a while they do not. For example, I've had people bring in towel bars and toilet paper holders, and they're sitting on the ground because they did not go look at the 3D view of it to make sure it was placed at the correct height. This concludes the video on bathrooms. In our next video, we will start talking about the kitchens.